The views of the guest are that of the guests and do not represent nor reflect the views and opinions of the Lockoutmen channel, the Recruiter Call channel, nor its host. This site content is for entertainment, educational, and informational purposes only.
It's like nobody gets a cut. Like, I don't think my company gives a fuck. My company doesn't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's rude as fuck. Like, you don't even know me. You don't know me. I don't know you. Why do you have an attitude? Like, I didn't do anything to you.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's episode, we are sharing an emotional journey as a female truck driver opens up about the pain and frustrations that led her to despise the trucking profession. From the relentless pressures of the shippers, receivers, four-wheelers, and everything else that comes with the job, to the isolations and the personal struggles and the industry challenge. Her heartfelt account offers a glimpse into the unseen hardships of trucking. This is the story of All Hail Rena. I want to say, Google, how do you actually pronounce her name?
Rena.
That sounds a lot better. What is it again?
Rena.
Definitely go over there and check out her page and let her know Lockout Men sent you.
No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Hold on! I really hate this job. Like, I really hate this job. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's like, nobody gives a fuck. Like, I don't even think my company gives a fuck. A company doesn't give a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's rude as fuck. Like, you don't even know me. I don't know you. Why do you have an attitude? Like, I didn't do anything to you. Like, I feel like the companies, like, they don't really have the driver's backs when it comes to certain stuff. And on top of that, the pay is shit. Like,
Woo, man. Oh, man. I feel you, young lady. Young lady, man. I hear it in your voice. I hear the stress. I hear the frustration. I hear the depression. I'm going to need you to take a chill pill. I'm going to need you to take a little time out, grab yourself, and really, really think about if this is the industry that you really want to be in. Now, I don't know how you went by to get into the industry. Maybe you did your homework. Maybe you did a lot of videos. Maybe you did a lot of TikToks, because a lot of drivers on TikTok, they glamorize this industry saying, hey, get your CDLs and nothing else. Your worries will be in the drain. You'll be making a lot of money. You'll be seeing the world. Everything is so great. But see, what they fail to tell you is the exact stuff that you're experiencing. Nobody ain't going to tell you how depressing trucking is. Nobody ain't going to tell you how rude the shippers and receivers going to be. Nobody ain't going to tell you how shitty the pay is going to be. Nobody's going to tell you how indicative that the companies that you pick to drive for is going to be. You're going to find all that out on your own. And then when you find it out, then you're going to be like, well, maybe this is the wrong thing for me. Now, I heard from another female trucker on TikTok, and she came on to also say that she quit trucking because it was depressed for her.
For the 100th time, the reason why I stopped driving trucks was because it was depressing. The first 2 years, it was like, oh, this is exciting, this is fun, this is something new. Around the third year, I'm like, oh, all right, I pretty much mastered this. Around the fifth year, I was just completely over it. Like, trucking really taught me that you pretty much master stuff around the fifth year. Like, you know everything around the fifth year.
Not really. I've been in this game going on 10 years, and I'm still learning. You become more experienced around the fifth year. You become more aware of what trucking is about around the fifth year. You can get a little bit of a bump in pay around your fifth year. But around the fifth year, you necessarily can't master trucking. Trucking is a learning curve that you learn every day. You're going to see something new every day. You're going to see something out of the ordinary every day. So I agree to disagree with you, but yeah, you definitely not going to master trucking in the 5th year. Let's jump back over to the other young lady and continue on what she has to say.
Why am I coming here? Just, and it's fucking stressful as fuck. Like, you gotta deal with rude ass receivers, rude ass shippers. You gotta deal with your company. You gotta deal with fucking 4-wheel drivers who don't know how to fucking drive, cutting you off every fucking day. Like, I feel like everybody just feels like we're supposed to be fucking robots. Like, I'm not a fucking robot.
Exactly. And that's how some of these mega carriers treat you guys. I got treated that way. I got treated as a number. I wasn't a human being to them. I was a number. I was truck number such and such and such and such. When you call in, they don't even ask you for your name. They say, hey, what truck you're in? Well, I'm in truck number such and such and such and such. Oh, okay. Do they by chance ask you for your name afterwards when you get into a conversation? No. They'll just turn to their other partner and say, hey, truck such and such and such and such has an issue. What can we do to help that truck out? They don't know you. They won't even know you from a can of paint. Do they want to know you? They claim that they do. If you're out there saying good things about the company and blowing the company up or something like that to get other drivers to come in with that company, then they probably might take some time out to get to know you. But that's only because you're talking highly of the company. And that's why a lot of these TikTokers jump on here and talk about their company, because they want the kudos, they want the acclamations and all like that. And they think that that company, what's the word I'm looking for? That the company likes them the best. They're the best driver for that company. I'm promoting the company. I'm talking highly of the company, only to find out that the company still don't give a hoot about you. They don't. As soon as you do something wrong, you're out the door. It doesn't matter if you was in the top 5, if you was in the top 10, you was the best driver, you makes the most money, or you been there the longest. As soon as you do something wrong and the company deems that it's in their favor to get rid of you for whatever reason, you're gone.
And then on top of that, like, I'm not even going home like that. Like, I'm regional. I only go home on the weekends. And some weekends, I don't get home until really late. So it's like, why am I paying rent?
I agree. I'm kind of like in that situation right now, because a lot of companies love to run out that clock to get you home on a Saturday. You get home on a Saturday night, you don't even have time to do anything but just to go to bed, only to get up on Sunday just to get ready for work on Monday. Oh, we only going to give you a 34-hour reset. Bro, I need a whole 2 days to reset. What you talking about? See, how I felt about running regional is to get home on the weekends. Come in on a Friday, leave on a Monday. Not come in on a Friday and leave on a Sunday, or come in on a Saturday and leave on a Monday. That's crazy. And the times that you be coming in is crazy. Like a perfect example that just happened to me recently. I didn't get in until 5 o'clock Saturday. I didn't get home till about 7. I was off Sunday. Couldn't even do what I needed to do what I needed to do for the house, and then had to end up being back out or being back at the terminal at 9 o'clock Monday morning. That's crazy. So I do agree with her. My thing is this: come in on a Friday, no matter whatever time, have Saturday, Sunday, and then back on Monday. You need that time to reset. You need that time to decompress. You really can't decompress with a day off, especially on Sunday, especially if you're gone from the house for a whole week and you can't take care of what you need to take care of that you normally take care of on the weekdays. You have to scrunch all that up and take care of it on a Saturday. And then you have your Sunday to rest, reset, and get ready to go back to work on Monday. But these companies don't do that. They just think, oh, well, hell, we're going to run your clock out. We're going to give you 34 hours to reset, and then we're going to expect you to be back out on a Monday. Let's switch over to the other young lady and why she quit trucking.
Imagine waking up at work and you go to sleep at work. It's just, that shit just was too much. On top of that, trucking was just unpredictable. Like, imagine you go to work at like 9 a.m. on a Monday and you probably won't get off work until Sunday at 3 a.m. type shit.
Nah, it's actually Saturday. You said it right the first time. It's nothing to imagine because I do it every week. Go to work on a Monday and get home on a Saturday. That's the reality of it. Wake up on the job, go to sleep on the job. That's the reality of it. This young lady is really, really breaking it down and making it the reality of what trucking is. And this is what everybody don't seem to understand. They don't see it. They just see all of the happy-go-lucky TikTok truckers out there talking about how great everything is, glamorizing their companies, and I'm seeing the world and all like that. But let's hear the reality and not the cap.
I hate when truckers get up onto somebody post when somebody talking shit about trucking. All trucking just not for everybody. Trucking is for every motherfucking person that want to do it. Monkey could be a truck driver. Bitch, please.
Oh. Woo. Wait a minute. Say that again.
A monkey could be a truck driver.
Damn it, man. She says a monkey could be a truck driver. Well, I don't know about all of that. But as the industry changed, yes, trucking has become a little bit more easier for everybody to jump in the truck and drive. Back in the 70s, in the 80s, and maybe the 60s and beforehand, it was kind of difficult for anybody to just jump in the truck and drive because everything was all manual. You had to learn stick shift, you had to learn gear shift. You had to learn all sorts of switches, dee-doos and doodads and stuff like that. Nowadays, you just set your air brakes, put the truck in drive, and just drive down the highway. That's it. The truck does it all. It switch gears, it slows down, it does everything. All you have to do is just guide it. That's about it. I'd say your only problem that you probably might run into is backing in tight docks. And that's probably about it. And parking. Don't let me forget parking, okay? Parking. But other than that, getting in the truck, set the brakes, push your air brakes in, or release the brakes, or however that is, put it in gear by hitting drive, and just cruise on down the highway. Just keep your eyes open and stay focused. Don't put your feet up on the dashboard because of these long drives. And I know for a fact that these long drives can be mundane, but that's it. Trucking has made it easy for anybody to come in and get their CDL and get in the truck to drive.
Supposed to be acting like talking about trucking is a crime or some shit, man. That shit, I'm pleased. Trucking is for people who don't have a life, don't have kids, don't have a spouse. Like, trucking is really for people who ain't got shit going on.
Ooh. Do you guys agree with her on that? Trucking is better for people in that situation. If you're a young guy that just now coming out of truck driving school, you're in your 20s, you don't have no responsibilities, you don't have kids, you don't have a wife or anything like that, and you want to get into trucking to build your financial stability and build your life towards your goals, then yes, trucking can be for those people, okay? And I agree. If you do have a wife, if you do have kids, if you do have responsibilities, then trucking will probably help you in some shape or form, but you're going to be away from your family for weeks on end. You're not going to be able to get there in time for your baby's first walk. You're not going to get there in time for your graduation. You're not going to get there on time for this. But trust me, I know some of you going to come back in the comment section and be like, oh man, we can do that. We can. Yes, we can. We will. We just have to let them know weeks in advance. Well, yeah, I let my company know weeks in advance and shit still happened. Just like the other lady said, she can't get home. You get home at the end of the week. You won't even get home until Saturday. And you're supposed to be home on a Friday. Speaking of which, let's check back in on her.
Why am I paying my rent? I'm barely the fuck here. Like, y'all can't even give me the fuck on time, and then the money don't even fucking make sense. Like, so why am I doing this job that's like stressing me and literally at this point costing me my motherfucking mental health for like what? I don't know. But I really fucking hate this job and I want to fucking quit.
It does work on your mental health. It is stressful, and it's very, very depressing if you let it. Listen, I'm going to want you to take the time, collect yourself, take some deep breaths, because maybe the division that you're in, you probably might not need to be in. Having your CDL is a good thing, and trucking is just not the only thing out there that you can use your CDL towards. You can definitely find other jobs that utilize your CDL, and you don't have to sacrifice your mental health. You can use your CDL for anything else other than trucking. So I'm going to need you to get yourself together and pull yourself through and know this: there's no crying in trucking.
There's no crying in baseball.
But I feel you. Let's check back in on the other young lady. Let's hear what else she has to say about why she quit trucking.
When I got off the road and I started working at that prison and I would get off work, I used to cry. Because imagine going from you don't know when you go get off work to you getting off work at a decent time and you in your bed every night. Yeah, I could have died working hard at the prison, but for the most part, they not like super dangerous. They not on that type of time. But I do recommend like anybody in their 20s. Like I think the starting age to get your CDLs is 21. I recommend anybody to go get them, and just set like 5 to 7 years of your life aside to get yourself together, and then do something else after that. I don't think it should be a lifelong career for nobody, because it's just super unhealthy.
I agree that trucking definitely can mess up a lot of dynamics for people. It messed up relationships, it messed up marriages, it messed up the home life. And it turns some of these truck drivers into some diabolical characters, man. And I agree. Now, as far as 5 or 7 years to set aside your life to get yourself together, maybe that's a little bit too long. Maybe 2 or 3 years or 4 years if you want to make sure that you have a substantial financial gathering for your goals. You're going to get told a lot of things about trucking. You're going to get told how great trucking is, how great your money is. But you got to understand, a lot of people be capping. A lot of people be capping on this social media. That's why you got to take everything what they say with a grain of salt, and you come across people like me that gives you the real. But see, industry don't want us to give you the real. They want us to give you an illusion of what trucking is. And I just can't do that. I got to give you the real. I got to let you what you're going to get yourself into when you come into this industry. Well, that's going to do it, everybody. I do appreciate you guys for listening. Shout out to Keisha LaFay on TikTok. Definitely go over there and check out her page, as well as, well, I can't pronounce her name, and I'm not even going to try. So the first young lady, I'll just put her at in the description. Definitely check out those 2 female pages and let them know that Lockout Me sent you. Let me know you guys' thoughts about all of this. Do you guys agree with their assessment on how they view trucking, or do you agree with me, or do you agree with the TikTok trucker glamorize? Do you agree with them? Let us know in the comments below. If you guys have any videos or stories you like to share with the channel, definitely reach out to us. Lockoutmenpodcastguest at gmail.com, or reach out to me at Lockoutmen on Instagram. Until next time, everybody.